The American TV channel CNN reported on the disappointment with the Ukrainian army's counteroffensive, which has begun to grow sharply in the West. According to journalist insiders, Ukraine has been given a few more weeks to try to make a breakthrough on the front. Now the big question on everyone's mind is what will happen if this does not happen. The West imposed its tactics on us, which did not work. Will Ukraine have time to clear the rear? The situation is difficult and very tense. Hello friends, I am a Ukrainian who does not leave the territory of his country. I would like to tell you what is happening at the front with the help of maps and information transmitted by the Ukrainian armed forces. Please support my work by liking me and also believe in Ukraine's victory. The Ukrainian armed forces killed 820 occupants in one day, a fruitful day. The GUR soldiers entered the left bank positions of the occupiers today. Many have already heard this news. In the Kherson region, destroyed a unit of special purpose missile troops, a unit that protects nuclear facilities. This suggests that the Russians are in trouble with their reserves, if even such forces are being sent to the front line. And now the situation at the front. The Belomoskovsk, Siversk and Belgorod sections remain unchanged. The enemy continues to shell our border. Svatove section. The enemy is pressing from Liman Perry and Vilshane. Statements about Russians entering Senkivka are not true. Enemy artillery and aviation are intensifying their activities, which poses a threat not only to the military but also to civilians, so we recommend that residents of the eastern bank of the Oskol River heed the advice of the Military and Civil Defense Center to evacuate. The situation in the Bakhmut sector remains unchanged. Fighting continues along the Klishivka-Kurdyumivka line. Avdiivka area, the contact line has been clarified. The enemy is now working to accumulate reserves, as the available forces are not enough to operate in a wide area of the contact line. Berdansk section. Fighting continues near Priyutne and for Urozhaine. Ukrainian troops are gradually pushing the Russians out of Urozhaine, entering the northern part of the village. After the liberation of Staromayorsk, it is likely that there was more than one crossing of the Mokry Yali River by our side. Our armored personnel carrier was spotted in the center of the village, which indicates a bridgehead from the flank and the advance of defense forces. The Zaporizhia section. More footage from the Robotyno area is appearing, which shows the success of the defense forces. But it is known that the price of each meter in the area is very high, so any miscalculation at the strategic level will mean a disaster at the tactical level. The Tauride section remains unchanged. The Russians continue their offensive in the Svatove section, while simultaneously striking at the rear settlements. In the south, the defense forces continue to advance on the enemy, but the enemy has no plans to flee, so it continues to resist even in hopeless situation. And now we will show you footage of Mi-24V helicopters at the front. The enemy is attacking in 4 directions, everywhere without success, Malyar, where the enemy is trying to advance, and these are 4 directions in the east, Liman, Kupiansk, Avdiivka and Marinka. The enemy cannot advance anywhere. The situation is the hottest in the Kupiansk sector, The ARCs are amassing troops and weapons, said Deputy Defense Minister Hanna Maller. Occupants suffer significant losses in Svatovo Kremina direction, but try to hide it. General Staff. A factory producing sites for the military explodes near Moscow. A powerful explosion has occurred in the town of Sergei Posad. Preliminarily, it occurred at an optical and mechanical plant. The blast wave was so strong that windows in neighboring houses were smashed, according to Russian media. The Zagorsk optical and mechanical plant has been operating for over 86 years. In particular, according to the website, the favorite site of General Secretary Leonid Brezhnev was produced here. The plant is part of the Rostec company and is a leading developer and manufacturer of military optics. In 2022, they boasted of developing new binoculars for the Russian Navy. From a case where life is cooler than any joke, Russia has probably eliminated the optics shortage that was holding back the production of T-80 BVM and T-90M tanks, they said. As the Ukrainian Special Forces evacuate a wounded comrade in arms, an enemy FPV drone tries to hit our operator's vehicle. That's all for today. Together we are strong. Glory to our titans.